Thank you for joining me. Let's make a nose today. This is going to be a very simple tutorial. So I have a few pencils ranging from B to 7B, and I'll be using a blending stump. You can also use tissue if you don't have a blending stump, and I'm also keeping a brush handy. This is a very cheap makeup brush, although blending stump is the one that I'll be using the most. I also have a kneaded eraser. If you don't have a kneaded eraser, you can also use a normal common eraser. So this is just used to pick up some graphite and erase small areas. So I'll start with one side where I'll be making sort of a structure for the nose, and I'll be drawing very darkly over here so that it will be easy to see. So we start with a circle, and somewhere not the halfway point, but maybe 1/3, you draw a horizontal line, and this is just a guide, right? It can be different for different noses. So you take you take half the distance which is there, and you take it on either side, and you draw tiny circles. These will be the guides for nostrils. I'll be drawing a line through the midpoint of the circle, and this will be the nose bridge. And again, here I'm making the nose bridge. So this is going to be the structure which we will work on as and when we start drawing the nose. So let's start, and here now I'll be drawing it very lightly, which is the reason that I drew the other one dark so that you can see. So starting with the B pencil, very lightly I'll start with a circle. I'll again draw the whole structure. So this is the first video where I'm actually narrating while I'm drawing, and I'm still a little bit iffy about it, not sure how to do it. I'm not talking while I was filming the video. I already have the video done. Just doing the voiceover right now, and I thought I'll just give it a try. So I'm making circles over here, and right now I'm still following the structure that we made earlier. There are a million ways to make a nose. There's no right or wrong way, because not all people have the same nose structure. The noses can be thicker, thinner, longer, shorter. They can be fat, they can be bony, they can be anything. So here I'm taking a point which is more than the diameter of the circle. It's a little bit more. It doesn't matter how more, because as I said, it can be different noses, different shape. This is just a guide to create the nostrils that we will do so in some time. So I've just made a triangle, which is for reference, and now I'm showing what's the nostril shape going to be. It's going to be the corners. So I begin with the nostrils, and I don't have anything to say right now. Let's just so this video I have not mostly I have not increased the speed of the whole thing. I've kept it at the exact same real time where I was making it. in the end there is a little bit of patch where it is a little bit faster. So now I'm just making the nostrils a little bit rounder. I felt that they were too pointy, but again it doesn't matter even if they are pointy. So now this is going to be the dark area which we're just creating. It is a little bit of curve, and let's start moving. Let's start shading. So this is the part which is under the I don't know what to call it, the point of the nose, under that. So that is going to be shaded. So we're going to start with under the circle, the lower part of the circle, and then around the circle, and just go on from there. So anyway, as I was saying, that everyone has a different nose, just like every other body part. So there is no right or wrong, but yes, if you are trying to copy from a reference, like if you're drawing from reference and you want it to be similar to that, then definitely you'll have to see how to shade and what has to be darker. So just now I'm shading the bridge of the nose, going down both directions. So if you are drawing from reference, then you have to see, there is a certain right and wrong if you're trying to make it realistic. So I think this is my 6th video, and let's see, depending on the responses I get, maybe, but I'm just starting out. This YouTube thing is very new for me, and I am not, I'm still in the very, very nascent stage. So maybe I will gather some, free images of people and then take them as references and take a video of drawing from references, because I do watch a lot of YouTube videos also, and I like it when I can see the reference image when I am watching a video. So okay, so here I'm still working with the same first pencil, and now moving to a 4B pencil, which is just a bit darker. I don't like pressing too much, so like taking a B or a 4B, like an HB pencil, and then just pressing harder to get a darker shade. I don't really generally like that, because what it does is it just flattens the paper and it gives the shine much more quickly. So the softer pencil, so that's 4B, 6B, 8B, and I even have, I think a 12B is my softest or the darkest one. So when you use those softer pencils, it's you don't get that shine so soon, and you get darker shades. So I haven't started blending yet. It's just adding more graphite. Now moving on to a 7B pencil. I'm not using anything darker than 7B in this one. So you can even tell me if you're interested in something, if you're watching this. I'm planning to make maybe a couple more noses, maybe like a side view or something, and then probably moving on to something else. So now I've started blending the whole thing. And so one thing that I've learned over the years is that when you are drawing, you need to be patient. Patience is the most important thing when you're drawing, because it takes time when you're drawing, when you're making a piece, it takes time for it to come alive. If you just put in 10 minutes into it, the result will be much different had you put let's say an hour, 2 hours into it. So as you can see right now, the circle which is there on the nose is very prominent, right? You can actually see it as a ring. So if you stop here thinking that this piece is ruined, or basically that, you know, it's not correct. Basically, what I mean is that if you think that it's not good and you stop here, then it won't get better. But this is just the first layer, right? So when you're drawing something on your own, you should always think that at first these things don't look that well. When you keep working on them, when you keep increasing the contrast and when you keep improving the shadings, like as you see, the holes of the nostrils, they're not black anymore, right? So you'd have to darken them. And the circle on the nose is too circle, basically, right? So as you can see right now, I'm adding a little bit more graphite, so that when we blend it, that circle doesn't look like a circle, right? It looks uniform and it looks natural. So just adding more graphite so that these lines don't look like lines and they look like slopes, right? Natural dips and highs. I'm still not sure what to say in the videos. So let's give it a try. If this voiceover comes over correctly, I will add it to the video. Otherwise, maybe I'll just put a music track. Let's see. So I'm just again blending. So that's what I do a lot. You add some graphite and then you blend it, and then if you have to remove it, like you want to use an eraser, use that, and then you blend again, and it's just a layer thing. You keep doing it again and again, and it keeps getting better and better and better. So now, as you can see, that the top of the nose, the round, is not so like how it was earlier. It's much better now, and definitely the highlight has disappeared, so that's why we'll be using the eraser later on. Okay, so now let's move on back to the pencil, and we're going to bring in these contrasts again. The areas where it should be dark, but it's not anymore because we blended everything. If you notice, we're not drawing a lot of places. We're just drawing the curves for the nostrils and the bottom line for the holes. You don't actually need to draw the bridge of the nose. If you draw that, it will not be looking very realistic. It will start moving towards cartoonish, which is also a very good style, but it's just not what we are drawing right now. You can look at your own nose in the mirror and see how things are moving. Where are the dips and what parts are protruding? So this, now I'm again showing you how the direction for the shadow is going to be, and then we will be doing the same thing on the actual nose and blending that in. So this is definitely something that I have thought would be good for beginners, this nose. And that is why I was doing it very without decreasing the time, or rather without increasing the speed. But if this is too slow for you, please do go ahead and increase the speed on the YouTube options. So now still the circle is looking too circular, and the nostrils are looking too prominent, and the nose bridge is not dark enough. So that's definitely something that you have to keep working on. As I said, the more time you give a piece, the better it will become. Definitely there is something called overworking, but it also depends on the paper you're using. This paper is very simple paper. I'm just using cartridge paper, which is printer paper basically, but a little bit thicker than normal printer paper. I think it's 110 GSM, but a normal printer paper definitely. So if you're using better paper, then it will be much easier to blend, it will be easier to work, and there'll be less damage. So just flattening out the circle from below, and then going back to add the darker colors, and just working and reworking. And so yeah, I think I don't have anything else to say now. Let's just continue with this. And so now, okay, so right now I'm showing where the highlights would be. A tiny circle on the nose top, and then these triangles, that bottom area, and then obviously the nose bridge. So this, as I mentioned earlier, is a kneaded eraser, and you can also use a normal eraser for this. If you like this content, this sort of simple drawing tutorial type things, please comment, and please like this video, and I'll know what to make more of. In the past I made simple videos again, but they were in pen ink, and this time I thought I'll give pencil a try. I've also changed the subject a bit. I do want to go back to let's say animals, or flowers and plants, and different topics, but I was just thinking that we'll start with very basic things, and go from there. Again, it will be very helpful if there is some feedback, and it will also keep me motivated to make more of these. Now there's just a lot of just reworking, and I think in some time I'll also increase the speed, because now it's actually almost done. It's just some final modifications, but since I'm not drawing from any reference, then it doesn't even matter, because there is nothing that you are trying to copy. So this is just me brushing, and I'm not really sure why I was doing this. I think just to make sure that there are no white spaces. I didn't want any place to be just white. So I think that's why I did that, but that's definitely not that important a step. Now just a lot of blending, and I think yes, here is the place where I've increased the speed finally. Now a nose will never be in isolation, right? It will always be on a face. So when you make your eyes and your lips around it, then definitely it'll look much better. And here it's in isolation, and it's not exactly matching anyone. So I think this is a good place for us to start. And you can increase the sizes of the individual circles and the lengths and all of that to get different nose types. So that's it for today. I hope you liked it, and see you next time. Thank you.